Hey y'all, Big Z. Hope everyone's doing good. And as always, thank you for your continued support of my channel and my work. The thumbs up in the comments, I greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to find a little spot where I can pull over here and shoot a video. It's super hot. It's like 94 right now. I'm hiding out underneath my longboard. And you try to find a little location where you can, if you need to let it rip, you can let it rip without causing a scene. But anyway, these afternoon thunderstorms come in down here, and it's just it makes for a mess. It's just so freaking hot. Anyway, I wanted to say that my heart goes out to the people in Texas, now in New Mexico, that I heard the heart-wrenching stories this morning on Richie from Boston, where a father had to watch his daughter get taken off and screaming, "Daddy, Daddy, help!" And as she's gone from the floods coming in, and listen to that man break down and just weep horribly. I don't even know how. And then to find out that we know, and I'll have to give Richie credit, props here. It's all, you can see the signatures all over the maps, from the radar maps and stuff, what's going on. And to start tying that thing together, why are they doing all that down there? And you find out they're building these multi-$100 million, $200 million power plants. And why are they building the power plants? Well, maybe because they're going to put the big brother to CERN, which they have a Hadron Collider at University of Texas, which by the way has like $5 billion in cash assets. Where'd they get all their fucking money? And how are they funding this fucking upgraded large Hadron Collider like CERN, right where all this flooding is taking place? Because it has to be on certain parts of the grid line, I think. Anyway, long story short, hey, ends justify the means, and the people have to die, so be it. We need our collider. I wouldn't want to be those fuckers on Reconciliation Day. Anyway, so heart goes out to the people, and if there's any way we can help, we need to do that. But the topic today is this thing going on with Trump. And look, I know a lot of people have held out on him, and I didn't want to push it too hard with a lot of folks, because you know, you got to have some hope, and you really do hope that maybe there are some good guys out there who are for us. And I'm just going to say this: no matter what he is, good or evil, he cannot be in the position he's in if he's not compromised. And you can't be in any position of power, because the people, this government is a mafia, and mafias are run by mafia dons and bosses. And when you participate in any mafia at any level, one of the things that you're going to be required to do somewhere is to show your allegiance. That means you're going to have to commit an act that would get you sent away, so that they can hold that. And you have to be able to do that, or you're not showing your allegiance. So all of them are controlled, and all of them are guilty of shit. Now, Trump's thing, as Judge Napolitano said this morning, it's obvious he's on the fucking list. We know he's on the list. We've had the flight logs the whole damn time. We know who was visiting over there. And if you haven't, if you're not up to date on the girls that he was involved with, and look, there's more pictures of, like Richie said, there's more pictures of Trump with Epstein. Most people have family photos of them with their children. These two were joined at the hip for the longest time. And the call logs coming in out of the White House with him in the first era was just, it's just ridiculous. So yeah, he was involved, and yes, he did some shit down there, and maybe this girl was 16 years old, and maybe he did penetrate her and she was a virgin, and he wanted her to dress up in a certain way, and she had the look where this girl looked just like his daughter. Yeah, fucking pretty sick. And you heard the girl, how it started, and how she started massaging Epstein, how it ended up having to do oral things to Trump, and then that ended up in him taking her virginity, and it got really rough, and the handler had to jump in and say, "Hey, you're hurting her, stop, you're hurting her," and he goes, "I don't give a fuck." And he got out of control, and hey, it's what billionaire tyrants do, they exercise that power, and everything's recorded. So they got him. They got all of them. It's like you saw that thing with little Marco Rubio, little fruitcake. If you could go back in the hot tub time machine with his little fruitcake ass when he was down there in South Miami in that pool with all those naked men, but you look at that look on his face, so much guilt and shame, he can't even look at the camera or the reporters. And you got Bonnie over there trying to step up and play her role, and she's gotten herself in trouble now, because you know what she's now guilty of? From what I see, she's guilty of obstruction of justice in a federal case, and she is now harboring and protecting fugitives and those who have committed crimes against children, pedophiles and rapists and all kinds of shit. She's now obstructing justice and aiding and abetting the enemy. The highest legal office in this country, I understand, right? Attorney General, number one cop, is now guilty, as far as I see. And you know who's behind it? Who's always behind it? The Napolitano called it out. Israel is the overlord of this country because Mossad and all of them have all the dirt on everyone, and they're blackmailing them. So what do we do as a people? Do we just sit back and go, well, but I'll tell you what we're not doing this time, and this is most everyone said, you know what? Fuck that. We've had enough of it. They're drawing the line in the sand saying, stop fucking with our children. We want the goddamn list. We want the names on it. We want the evidence, and we want charges, and we want prosecution now. And I don't care who's all on it. I don't care who they are. They have got to face justice. Or if not, you need to open up all the prisons and just let everybody go. Because you can't sit there and protect these and let these other ones serve time when these all get off on it. It's not called the criminal justice system for no reason, because it's run by criminals. And that leads over to the P Diddy thing. And we said from the beginning, he'll never serve time. He may do his year at the county lockup and through trial, and he may maybe he serves a couple of months in a federal hokey poke. But all those charges, they didn't go after him. Why is it that you had Justin Bieber on the stands, and all you had to do to sink that fucker was just say, Mr. Bieber, were you ever sexually violated by Mr. Diddy? Did he ever stick his finger up your butthole? Did he ever put his wiener in your mouth? Did he ever do any of these things? And watch Bieber fall apart and say yes, it would have all fucking been over. And the dominoes would have fallen all the way down the line. All that Comey, which, look at her fucking daddy, crooked as fuck. All she had to do was ask that question. You're on the stand, you had them. You had Usher on the stand. You had all these people that were so going to come out and tell all the goodies. And what about, and take about Judge Joe Brown. He called it out. He said, why is it that Homeland Security is running the raid down there and the FBI sitting on the sideline? Well, let's think for a minute. Border Patrol is answers to Homeland Security. Homeland Security answers only the one person, that's the president. And who was the president at the time other than Biden? So what was Biden covering? Nothing. Who runs Biden but Obama? I'll tell you who it was. Why is it that they went into there? He's got multiple homes, but they just went to the one house and they went to the one room and they came out with one bag of this shit. They knew exactly what they were looking for. Maybe it was videotape of a former president, Obama, and his whatever it is, wife, known as Long Dong Silver, aka Michael Robinson, aka Michelle Obama. Maybe there was some stuff in there and him taking it up his rear poopy tube, while baby TD Jakes is down there being power bottom trained by a whole bunch of young black rappers, while other people are masturbating, and J-Lo and that girl who ran for president, what was her name, Kamala Harris, were blowing out the birthday candles with a whole trainload of dudes. Yeah, that would have nothing to do with it. So they got the evidence, and let me ask you this. Where's all that evidence? Where's all those tapes of all those people? And why were they all being sold? And why were the attorneys allowed to arrange for the sale of those tapes? That's evidence in that's evidence in a crime. They all should go to jail for this, but yet they're just all gone. And there's no charges for all that shit, just some fucking interstate commerce bullshit. It's all theater. It's all fucking theater to protect all those involved. And meanwhile, they just keep on going, and the victims are out there. Now victims will never fucking come forward. They will never come forward and subject themselves to all this shit. When it all comes down to it, they just walk. So yeah, there is no justice in the world, nor will there be any. But I'm going to say this. We have a moral obligation to do this. That we say no more. Fucking no, you're not sweeping this under the rug, and you're not getting away with it. You demand that fucking list, you demand prosecution, and you demand those people be arrested now. The entire list. What a fucking joke of a circus. I mean, when you got a head of the FBI named Kash Patel, you can't make this shit up. That's like having a porno star named Dick Steele. Can't be his real name. There's no way. Kash Patel. Anyway, right now there's a lot of people pissed off. A lot of people. And a lot of mainstream people are saying the same thing. All right, motherfucker, enough's enough. And if we've got this country where you've got fucking Netanyahu, that piece of shit, who said publicly that he's going to take America and carve it up into little pieces and sell it off as fucking scrap in the White House every fucking other hour over there, practically got him a cot set up in the Oval Office so he can live in there. While they can go over there where they are and do all the genocide this shit stops now. And the only people that are going to stop it is us. It's us. They can't do it. Their hands are all tied. If I could imagine, if you could watch that press conference and just stop it and read their minds, I'll tell you what they're saying. Help. Fucking help. They're all saying help. Help us. We got ourselves in a fucking mess. We're all guilty. Help. And that's our role now, to step up and come in and say, all right, we're going to have to fucking make some deals here. Whatever it is, have to do. Maybe it's amnesty, but with that amnesty, you step down and admit your guilt, and you resign, and you never return to public office, and you go live in shame or something. We withhold prosecution or whatever it is to get them to not be under their blackmail anymore. We don't have anything left if we don't. So we're going to have to bring a solution forward, and it has to be us, and we have to collectively do this. Because our fucking country's gone. And the thing about it that's more important than anything else in this world, and I'm going to say this before I close, if you have a channel out there and you're producing content, would you fucking please stop? Would you fucking stop? And people like Neil and Derek, and I'm just going to do this. When you can take 5 minutes of content and turn it into fucking 5 hours of shit that you can just drag out so you can sell ads and more income on your fucking, just fucking stop. Can you just fucking stop and make some real content about what's going on with our children? I've watched your channels. You've never said one goddamn thing about it. And those kids are screaming and crying out. And if there is a day of reconciliation that comes and we do stand before our peers, those peers will be those children, because it won't, time's not linear as we do it. It's reciprocal. And our peers will be those children who we didn't help. And they're going to say, why did you not come for us? Well, I was too busy selling ads on my YouTube channel because I wanted to buy a bass boat or some shit, who knows what it is. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to allow that to happen in my life, and I'd be damned if I'm going to stand up and say I've done nothing. And I'm already feel like shit for what I haven't done, and I need to do more, and we all do. So if you do have a channel and you do produce content, can you fucking stop and let's go after this thing? You can go back to your silly shit later, but let's we got to save our fucking children, please. Look, I'm a daddy, stepdaddy, and I have grandchildren. Beautiful little girls. And the thought of one of my children or grandchildren or somebody floating down a river drowning, screaming help, or worse than that, in the basement, some military underground base with some colonel fucking getting his jollies off on her in some fucking blood ritual bullshit. And we're doing nothing? Really? It's an opportunity, everyone. It is the greatest gift that's ever been given to us. A chance right now to take this evil back. And whether you like the president or don't, or whoever it is, it doesn't fucking matter. They're trapped, and they're guilty. We have got to restore this, and we've got to take those fucking hook noses and become country number 110 and get them the fuck out of here. Content I have on a YouTube channel that is going to blow you away. Some of you may already know about this guy, but talk about the dirty fuckers. This guy may be the king of dirty fuckers on the internet right now. Anyway, you'll see him, I think, next. Anyway, again, love everybody. Thank you for your continued support. I'm sorry this isn't happy and jolly and all that, but in a way it is, because it is a great thing that right now that this thing, it presents itself to us. So let's not, as Rahm Emanuel said one time, let's not let a tragedy go to waste. Let's not let this tragedy go to waste. Let's flip it. Let's turn it back. Let's expose these people. Let's get this taken care of, and let's throw those fuckers out of here once and for all. I love everybody. I'm out.